So there was a time where I made $1,000 in one day and literally only 45 minutes of work. And I was able to do this on repeat following this formula that I'm going to let you all know. But I want to let you know the story first of how it all happened. Like not even too long ago, literally this year, a few months ago, I was struggling learning how to make passive income as an entrepreneur on Instagram. I was struggling with creating content that went viral or enough people saw it in order for me to make money. And everything changed once I made this one switch. And so what ended up happening was I knew that I had knowledge in making money online. I knew I was great at speaking through trial and error. I knew how to create an offer for a business and multiple businesses that I've had in order for me to earn money either in person or online. And I knew I could teach other people this. And at the time, there was a ton of people just selling courses flat out $400, $500. And I was like, yo, this is insane. But I know if I'm able to stand out with my own mechanism, then it'll just mean, number one, I will stand out. And number two, I don't want to say limit the competition, but I'll be able to leverage what I have over what they have. Because anybody can say, hey, I can get the same thing from the same store or from the different store across the street. But what you can't say is it comes with me. And so if you're an entrepreneur watching this right now and you want to make $1,000 a day, then you want to listen to this whole story, because I promise you by the end of this story and the end of this concept, you're going to know how to use social media as leverage with your side hustle or with your business in order for you to make passive income online. Now, as I said, a couple months ago, I was in the position learning how to make passive income online with social media. Never once have I even had over 3,000 followers on social media. And I had to learn how to give people what they want and also make money from it. Okay. And so what ended up happening was I created a fresh account and I was telling people, hey, I know how to make money online using Instagram. I will show you how I use my DM scripts, how I've made $1,000, $3,000 in 1 hour with my own products. And I'll show you this in what's called a free class. Now, I took the leap of faith on this because my free class, in other words, which is kind of like a webinar presentation, which is kind of like a presentation that you make on PowerPoint, teaching people, how to get a specific result, the things that you did in order to get the specific result, the things that you failed on when you tried, and how they can get there faster because they don't have to go through all the mistakes that you went through. And it was my first time taking this leap of faith, having a presentation, a webinar, a class, whatever you want to call it, and guiding people from point A to point B. I was nervous because I was so used to talking one-on-one and making money online. This time around, I was talking to 60 to 70 people at one time. And I'm like, what if I mess up? What if I don't answer all the questions? What if, like, a whole bunch of what ifs? You know how you get those thoughts? And so I still took the leap of faith. It took me about 4 days to make my presentation. And it was a template. And I was just like, I hope this works. I will never forget, like, crossing my fingers, praying to God, like, I hope this works. And lie to you not, after I finished making this presentation and I launched it for the first week, I started making my first sale. I made like $800. About 2 months later, that's when I made my first $1,000 day. And it went on and on and on the more I did it. And I would do this only one time a week, 45 minutes. Imagine working 45 minutes. Or actively working 45 minutes. Let me say that. Actively working 45 minutes, speaking for 45 minutes and making $1,000. Isn't that crazy? So in this video, I'm going to explain the formula that I use in order for me to go from point A, not making money online, to making some money online, to making a lot of money online in a very short amount of time. Using the same thing and saying the same thing over and over and over again. Like, I promise you, you're going to get bored. You're going to get bored repeating the same process, but you will make money if you do this correctly. So I'm going to share my iPad screen and show you guys exactly what I did, okay? So I broke this formula down. I call this the $1,000 in a day formula. And this formula starts off with a business. You have to be an entrepreneur, okay? You have to have a product or a service, all right? So if you're good at cutting grass, if you're good at cutting hair, if you're good at playing music, if you know how to teach, if you know how to do hair, if you know how to do cosmetology, makeup, nails, if you know how to work out. My example is I know how to build products and how to post content, like whatever you're good at. You have to have a business idea wrapped around it. All right. The second thing is you have to solve a problem, specifically one problem. Don't try to solve a million problems. I promise you, you're going to create new problems trying to solve multiple problems. Okay. One problem. My problem that I would solve for people, or the problem that I would solve for other people, was being able to make passive income using Instagram. That's it. I will always say, hey, I know how to help you make your first passive income sale with whatever you're knowledgeable in. Okay. Number 3 is I had to have something called a lead magnet. Number 4, I had to have something called an engine, and then we would make money. Now, I'm going to explain examples for you guys to translate it so you know as an entrepreneur and side hustler, how that's going to look for you. So on the left, what we're going to have is examples of each of these steps. And on the right, in the green, we're going to have actual examples as an entrepreneur. So on the left, I'm going to write down some businesses or a business that does this really well. Let's say, for example, the business of Apple, right? I'm a huge Apple fanboy. I love their technology, and they do a beautiful job at this. Okay. Now, you might think Apple is like, oh, they make computers, oh, they make iPhones, oh, that's what they do the most, right? Hear me out. They make a lot more money with something called subscriptions. Let me explain. When you have an iPhone, if you're anything like me, you have an iPhone and you don't really need an upgrade every year. You might get an upgrade every 3 to 4, maybe 5 years, because they make really good iPhones, right? Imagine them making, you think that a phone costs a lot of money because it may be, let's say it's $1,000 phone, right? It's $1,000 phone, right? But if you're keeping that phone for 4 years, they're really only making about $250 a year, right? They're only really making about $250 a year. And that's not a lot of money. I mean, let's just do the math. It all depends on how much it costs for them to make the phone. Let me say that as well. But on average, $250 a year is only about $21 per month. Okay. If they were just to sell iPhones and leave it at that, and they make really good iPhones and people aren't buying new phones every year, they wouldn't be making a ton of money. They wouldn't be as successful. So what they do is they sell you a $1,000 phone as an entry-level product, right? But the problems that they solve in their business isn't a new phone. They sell you music. They sell you TV subscriptions because they got Apple TV, okay? They also sell you Apple Care. So like in their insurance programs, right? They also sell you AirPods. Okay. They also sell those little MagSafe chargers, right? It basically does the same thing as charging your phone, except it's a magnet on the back of your phone. Okay. MagSafe chargers. What else do they have? They have obviously cases. I'm not going to write down cases. They have what else? Oh, iCloud storage. So I'm just going to squeeze this in here. iCloud storage. I pay I think $10 to $12, $15 maybe a month just for storage on my phone, all because it's cheaper for me to get iCloud storage versus me buying another $1,000 phone. So here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All these aren't subscriptions. Most of them are. Obviously, the AirPods and the MagSafe aren't subscription based, but there are 6 add-ons to that one iPhone. And with music, Apple Music, it might be something like, I believe that's like $9 a month. Apple TV, it depends on what you watch. So let's just say that might be like 10, or let's just put $9 a month again. Apple Care, depending on how many devices you have, right? You would get it for every device. That can vary. iCloud, depending on how much storage you get, that could vary, right? AirPods, depending on which AirPod selection you get, you can pay maybe $129 up to, I know the AirPods Max are like $500, $600, right? Crazy. But they work beautifully with the iPhone. They work beautifully with the iPhone. And we're not even talking about yet the iPad, the MacBook, the desktop iMac, right? All of these devices surrounding the iPhone. Okay. So they solve the problem of accessories with the device that you already get. It doesn't even matter if you don't get an upgrade. They're going to make their money because if you keep the phone long enough, you're going to run out of storage and you're going to want to keep your photos, right? And so the problem that they solve is accessory type, right? Accessory. I'm just going to write, okay, I'm just going to abbreviate accessory, right? All right. So their lead magnet that they bring in, though, their lead magnet might be like cameras, camera quality, right? They want you to know, hey, shot on iPhone. Camera quality. It might be lifestyle, right? They show off their branding is beautiful. Like they show off elegancy. It like people don't even like I've cracked all my iPhones and it's because I don't wear cases, but it's because the phones are made so beautifully. I don't want to cover them up. I don't care. So they have a lot of lifestyle marketing that makes their phones feel more premium. All right. And then they have an engine, their sales engine, which means how they make their money. They obviously have the Apple Store, right? You walk in there, their workers, their employees don't even make commissions because the devices sell themselves. So they don't need anyone to convince you to buy. By that time you're walking to the Apple Store, you're either walking in to get a service or you're walking in to get a better device or a newer device. They got the Apple Store. They got the online store, right? You can pay for iCloud and all these other subscriptions in your settings or in your music app, everywhere. They even make money off of the apps that they don't even own. Let's just say, for example, let's just say, for example, you have a game on your phone and you pay one time for the game. Well, Apple charges the company that owns the app that took the payment. They charge them a price to market the app on their app store, and they charge them for the transaction as well, right? So they're making so much money on the back end that they don't really need you to buy another phone. Like eventually they will, but that's not where they're making a lot, or I would say most of their money from when it comes down to their business structure, right? And so how this would translate for us, it would look something like this. You would have a business. Maybe you're in catering. Maybe you're in fitness, right? Catering and fitness. I'm going to put two examples. So hopefully you guys are following along, right? You have catering and fitness. Now the problems that you would solve in catering wouldn't be, well, maybe you would do recipes. I don't recommend recipes. And the reason why I say that is because I'm actively like helping out my dad right now with him starting digital products and making passive income with social media. I don't recommend he sells recipes. I recommend that he teaches people how to start. He owns a food truck, right? So how to start a food truck business. It's a lot more profitable. People aren't going to want to pay $200 for an ebook that shows a recipe when they have ChatGPT, but they will pay. Business owners will pay, a caterer who owns a food truck that does $40,000 a month, right? They're obviously going to pay $200 to learn how to do that. Now, if you're in fitness, the problem that you would solve might be something like weight loss, or it might be muscles, right? Muscle gain, or it might be confidence, right? Okay. Now, your lead magnet would look a little different from what Apple has. Apple, again, they market a lot towards camera quality, lifestyle marketing, battery life, just it's super easy to be in the ecosystem of Apple. Like I saw a video today where you could like copy and paste a photo by just like pinching the photo on your iPhone and then spreading your fingers apart on the iPad and it just like pastes it on the iPad. It's crazy. But we're not going to have a lead magnet like that because we're not a tech company, right? So let's just say for a food truck or catering business, or maybe you want to sell recipes, your lead magnet might be a how-to, right? Obviously, you need to know how to in order to show somebody how to. But your lead magnet needs to show someone how to get a specific result. Your lead magnet for in the fitness industry would be how to lose weight, how to enjoy the foods that you love and still keep the weight off. How to build muscle if it's hard for you to if it's hard for you to gain weight, right? How to get confidence in the clothes that you already wear by building your body the way you want it to look, right? So it would be a how-to. Your lead magnet needs to be a how-to, right? Super simple. You don't want to overcomplicate it. And you can do this through a PDF, right? Right? I've sold a ton of these, a PDF, a checklist, right? Like how to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. And you just have a checklist. Make sure you track your macros. Make sure you track your carbs, your fats, your proteins. Make sure you at least hit the gym for 30 minutes a day, 4 days a week. And you do this and like a checklist. Now you might be in your head, you'd be like, Jay, I can help them out so much more. Yes, but we want to create something simple first, which is the point of the lead magnet. We need to find out what is it that they want without us having to invest all this time, energy, and money into something and just figure out like, damn, they don't want to buy this from me, right? So creating something more simple on the front end will save you a lot more time, because once that lead magnet blows up, you're going to be like, yo, like they are getting this like crazy. They want this lead magnet. And typically a lead magnet can be like $1 to $27 to $97, or it can be free. But you can offer the lead magnet first that's really simple for you to make in order for you to see the temperature of how bad people want it. Because once that lead magnet blows up, you then want to lead them to what's called a sales engine. Now, a sales engine is really simple. Don't feel confused. A sales engine can either be a website that leads them to a purchase. A sales engine can be a webinar, which is what I actively do right now. A webinar or a class, which is a video series, and it shows someone how to go from point A to point Z. It can be something of maybe a sales call. Let's put sales call, right? A sales call. Now, I'm not the biggest advocate on this because I don't want to call it not passive. It's really not. But at the same time, like it does take more time for you to get better at sales. I've been through that, and I prefer the passive stream tenfold. Okay. A sales engine just converts someone that's in the lead magnet into actually getting you paid and them getting the best possible solution. And so this is the formula that I use to make $1,000 a day. To be specific, all I did, guys, I have a business idea to solve one specific problem, showing business owners and entrepreneurs how to make money online. I had a lead magnet, which is my free class. By the way, if you want the free class, comment class in the comment section down below. I will send you the direct link so you can learn how to automate your business idea, your entrepreneurship business, your side hustle, and make passive income from it. All right. Using Instagram. There we go. So that's a lead magnet, right? Completely free. And I have a webinar. Your sales engine converts some of those people, because not everybody's going to buy from you. It converts some of those people into paid customers. They get the ultimate result, and you get paid for giving them the result. And the result that you're going to give them can either be delivered through a service, right? You can hop on multiple calls with them to help them with a specific problem. It can be a product, right? Which are my favorites because you just create once and people buy over and over and over again. Now, a product isn't something that's going to be delivered to them physically. We're talking about digital products, right? So a digital product, right? A digital product is literally a PDF. Yes, people will pay $20 for a PDF. I sold ebooks for, I think, around $88. I sold an ebook for $59, and then we had the audiobook version for like $39, something like that. But anyways, it was like almost like $100 for an ebook. It only took me 15 minutes to create, right? So you can have an ebook as a digital product that shows someone. You can have an audiobook. You just read the ebook out loud, an audiobook. And you can have a course. I've sold them all. I like courses because, again, it's one of these things where you can record once, you're done after you record it. And a lot of people like courses. A lot of people don't. But to be honest with you, if people want results, they're going to have to do something. Like people go to college and spend tens and thousands of dollars to have courses in person called classes. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, this is the formula that I use to make $1,000 a day. I was surprised when it worked for me, but after I noticed it worked for me, I did it on repeat and it kept working for me and it still works for me. I want it to work for you too. So again, we got the free passive income class. When you comment class in the comment section down below, and I will give you the link to the free class. All right. Okay, guys, that is it. That is all. Like this video if it inspired you, if you learned something new. If you like these videos, hey, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. If you made it through this far, say I made it. Okay. I want to know. I want to know who's listening because I love all my supporters. Okay. That is it. That is all. I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.